how to handle feedback conversations in corporate America. I'm talking about a situation where you have a meeting with your boss or whoever you report to, and they're providing you with feedback on your performance. So first of all, you're going to ingrain in your head that during that conversation, if that feedback about you happens to be negative, you're going to tell yourself that you're not going to react negatively to anything that you hear. So no matter how much you disagree with what's being said, no matter how wrong the other person's understanding of events are, doesn't matter, you're going to react to that feedback in a really positive way. And how do we do that? One, you are going to listen to everything they have to say. You are not going to interrupt, okay? Number two, once they're finished, you're going to thank them for taking the time to provide you with that feedback, okay? This is so critical because one, people always forget to do this, and two, in this country, in the United States, you really have to thank the other person for that feedback, even if you disagree with it, even if you think it's completely false. Thank you doesn't mean you agree with it. Thank you just means thank you for providing me this feedback. Number three, you're going to figure out from what that person said if there's anything that you agree with them on. And if there's anything that you can agree with them on, which there probably should be because all of us have things to work on, you're going to say, hey, I really like what you said here. For example, in XYZ, I think I could do a better job with this, whatever it is. You're going to acknowledge what that one thing is that you guys agree on, okay? This is going to get the other person to align with you before you go into something that you disagree with. Okay? Number four, if you have a rebuttal to anything they've said, you are going to bring up the rebuttal, but you're going to do it in a really polite and kind way without being combative. So for example, you're not going to say things like, I disagree with what you said here, or we don't see eye to eye here, or I actually think this is wrong, here's why. No, you're not going to say it like that. You're going to say, mention you said X, the way I understood it is Y, maybe we should discuss so that we're aligned going forward. So you almost acknowledge what they said, then you say, let's get on a path forward so that we both agree on action items. Number five, if there's any action items from that conversation, you're going to write them down. You're going to write them down so that later you can follow up with an email. Number six, thank them one more time for that meeting. You start out your response with a thank you, you end with a thank you. We start on a positive note, we end with a positive note. Number seven, you're going to follow up with an email. Okay, so let's go through them again. Number one, we listen intently to everything they have to say. We do not interrupt. Number two, we thank them for providing us with the feedback. Number three, we acknowledge where we agree. Number four, we bring up our rebuttal, but the rebuttal is brought up as in, you see it like this, I see it like this, can we meet in the middle? Number five, we take action items from that meeting. Number six, we thank them again for that meeting. We end on a positive note. And number seven, we follow up with an email with our action items. That is how you want to do it in this country. I promise you this is the way. Because the number one rule you have to remember, even if you miss all the steps, whatever, is that how you respond to the feedback, your positive attitude, you being receptive to the feedback, will do more for you than whatever you're going to say in those discussions. So build a reputation for